wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I just realized yesterday that this video is long overdue because the downfall of Instagram has been here for a minute, but after this week, a lot has gone on. So if you guys want to know what's going on, let's go. So you guys know Instagram was one of the most popular social media apps out there. The evolution of Instagram really needs its own case study. You know, definitely started out just cute little, you guys remember the little ugly grainy filters that you just threw on your pictures, posted on there and go. And then as time went on, and this is really like when, you know, the whole idea of an influencer started evolving, and it started getting more, it grew into a platform more than just, you know, throwing up pictures of your newborn or throwing up your birthday cake. Like, I feel like we all had those type of random pictures on there, and at least for some people. Now some people still use the app like that, but for some people it definitely became more focused on what you upload on there. It's become a career for a lot of people on Instagram, posting on there. But even people who don't post on Instagram as content creators and, you know, to make money off of it, even people who, you know, the only people following them are people who actually know them in real life, co-workers, friends, all that stuff, even they started paying more attention to how they post on Instagram, because Instagram became a place where like the aesthetic mattered, right? You know, this has to be an Instagram worthy type of picture for the likes, for the engagements, for the comments. You know, you had to have better lighting, better filters. People created feeds that had themes, color themes, all that type of stuff, right? And like I said, it also became a place where a lot of people made money because you could teach on there. You could show your artistry on there, or you could just be pretty on there and make money. So, you know, for all of those reasons, it became one of the most popular social media apps to be on. It's used in pop culture so much, in songs. You know, they have titles like Instagram Baddies, all that type of stuff. But in recent years, it has really started to get on people's nerves, mainly because some of these companies, just especially social media app companies, have just not heard of the if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, the thing that made people like your app is what is going to keep it there, right? Looking at the different social media apps, YouTube, for the most part, is still pretty much what people expected YouTube to be. It's how YouTube's algorithm runs that is ruining YouTube, right? Facebook, again, for the most part, well, actually, no, it's not for the most part, because Facebook started out, you know, being like a college-y type app type thing, but the idea of what you're supposed to do on Facebook is still pretty much the same, at least for the people that use the app. You know, they've included like Facebook dating and Facebook marketplace. They have expanded, of course, but for the most part, I can see why the people who do still use Facebook still use it. Twitter is still Twitter. The people on Twitter have definitely evolved, and how they use it has evolved and all that stuff. But for the most part, you write a thought, a sentence, whatever, you press tweet, all that other stuff, right? Instagram, not so much. Because Instagram, like I said, is supposed to be the app for pictures and all that stuff. And here we are in 2022, and Instagram doesn't know what it wants to be, okay? Now, I feel like one of the first few things that people started disliking about Instagram was that it was no longer in chronological order. So again, one of the first few things that people disliked about them was their algorithm change. So they were no longer showing pictures in the order of when the people you follow posted them. It's like, why am I seeing a post that was 2 days ago now? And people kept saying, we want chronological order. They didn't care. And then as time went on, now there's a new app that's taking everyone's attention. And that app is called TikTok. And TikTok is a very popular app right now. I think they said like it was second after Google as far as searches in the year 2021. And now all of the other apps are nervous, right? Maybe not so much TikTok. But if you notice, the other apps, you know, they started adding features to it that made it similar to TikTok, because, you know, they were already on shaky grounds with how people were feeling about them. Now here's this new app, which is a pretty different way in general that people are used to using social media. So now they're getting scared. So now Instagram starts incorporating things that are pretty similar to TikTok, and people are like, wait a minute. If I wanted TikTok, I would just go to TikTok. But here's the thing, and I just realized this the other day. If you've noticed that Instagram has started incorporating things that are making it more and more like TikTok, I feel like that really should not surprise you because Instagram is used to stealing, okay? I mean, also remember, like, they're owned by Facebook, and we remember the origins of Facebook and how it started, you know, stealing in the bloodline. But even besides that, you'll remember that was pretty much what ended Snapchat. Yeah, was it Rihanna? I'm pretty sure it was Rihanna who, you know, or maybe it was Kylie, or maybe it was both, who had said something about Snapchat. And like that was pretty much it. Like it just woke up one day and everyone just stopped using Snapchat. But if you remember, Instagram also, you know, stole, whichever word you want to use, concepts that Snapchat was pretty popular for and incorporated on Instagram. They gave us Instagram stories. That was kind of the feature from Snapchat. They also created IGTV, you know, when they had that, and they were supposed to be able to upload videos like that, seeming like you're kind of taking some of the ideas of YouTube and incorporating it onto Instagram. So it's worked for them in the past, you know, it was kind of like the downfall of Snapchat. So Instagram thought, like, I could just go take some of the stuff that TikTok incorporates and incorporate it into Instagram, and then we can still be the you know, hit app. Like I said, it's worked every other time that they've done it, so why wouldn't it work now? So they started Instagram Reels. You guys have, if you still use Instagram, you guys have seen them all up and down your timeline, and the reason that it's getting more and more kickback right now is because taking ideas from other social media apps and the algorithm changes that they're making to make those changes that they've made work, now is when people are like, I've had enough, right? So not only did they start incorporating Reels, but it's shown that they have prioritized Reels. They're like, no, we want to make Reels the main focus of this app because we want to compete with TikTok, right? So again, which is, it's just weird how much influence this family has when it comes to, you know, shaking the table with these apps and how they work. But earlier this week, Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner had like posted about how they are also annoyed with the changes of Instagram, and they had posted some type of meme or something like that that basically said, Instagram, stop trying to be TikTok, right? And now this is what has them shaking. When I say 4 years, people have been saying, give us chronological order, you know, stop this with the algorithm changes. They've already been saying for at least a year, stop trying to push Reels so hard. You're putting people I don't even follow on my timeline because you're trying to push Reels so hard, right? But the second these two say something, now they've got them shaking in their boots. So if you guys did not see it, the CEO of Instagram quickly put out a video after Kylie and Kim said that earlier this week, where he wanted to address some of the concerns people are having about Instagram. I think it's like 2 minutes, something like that. It just gives very much so spiraling. You know, like this is, again, this is why companies have PR teams and why you should utilize them, okay? Because it's like everyone has a job for a reason, okay? If everyone could do marketing, you wouldn't need a marketing team. If everyone could do, you see what I'm saying? Like, he definitely should have left that to the PR team. I mean, the PR team probably would have just given you fluff, but it would have been better than what actually happened after he spoke. So in this video, he addressed like a couple things, the main things, which actually the first thing that I'm going to address is he was like, you know, this is still a picture app. Like, we're never going to deviate from that because that's where our heritage is. And it's like, but you are. But you have deviated from that because when I go on, like, the first few things I'm going to see are Reels. I have to scroll to find pictures nowadays. I have to scroll to find people that I actually follow on my timeline. And you say that, but in the same breath, in the same video, he says, yeah, so we're always going to be a picture app, but I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that, yeah, you're probably going to see more and more video, reel content, because we have seen that that's what people want to see. Make that make sense. You are going to continue pushing video content, even though all these people are complaining about this push of video content, because you have determined that video content is what people want to see, because video content is more and more of what people are posting on the app. You control You control what people see on the app because of the algorithm that you create, right? The algorithm that you keep manipulating. So you are in control of what people are seeing more and more of. And because you're in control of that and people see, the only way you're going to push their content is if they upload videos. Then is this really the right type of like experiment to see how your users are engaging with your app? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, to say, we have seen that more and more people are posting video content and engaging with video content. So that's why we're going to keep showing you video content when you yourself say you prioritize video content. So people are prioritizing video content so that they can actually have their content featured to their followers and on the explore page, because when they post pictures, it does not get the same engagement. I can say for a fact, I think I've talked about this in a vlog before, where I posted a picture and a reel on the same day, right? Have like 30,000 followers on Instagram. The picture that I posted, okay, son, the picture that I posted, again, with 30,000 followers, because you can see like how many people the app shows your content to, in like 3 hours, I want to say they had shown someone with 30,000 followers, like 800 people, the picture in like 3 hours. So the same day I posted a reel, and like in the first hour, they had shown that reel to like 2,000 people. Like, they use it, like, that's why it sounds crazy to say that. Like, I mean, just say like, we don't care. Like, we don't care what you guys want to see on the app. We are going to push what we want to be pushed because we are trying to keep up with our competitor. Because that's what everyone knows what it is. And I think that's another thing that annoys people, because it's like, you know when someone's playing in your face and it just makes you more and more irritated, because like the fact that you continue to play in my face tells me that you think I'm stupid. That's what that tells me. But some more things, things this man has said. In discussing changes Instagram made to the kind of content it recommends or highlights, Maseri, I don't know if I said his name, but his name is Adam Maseri, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, suggested the goal is to help users discover new things. But if users see content they aren't interested in, it signals the service is doing a poor job. However, the hope, he said, is that the quality of recommendations improves because it's how creators on Instagram, those who post photos and videos, reach an audience. Again, what you, the app, and you, the CEO, want is another thing that plays into those recommendations, as opposed to recommendations that suit the person who's like actually created the account and using the app actually wants recommended to them. Because again, like I said, on my actual timeline, I am getting videos, reels from people I don't know, that I don't care about. I don't follow accounts that do skits, that do couples content, that do stuff like that, but I get it on my timeline. And so it's like these recommendations aren't being tailored to the actual user. They're being tailored to what the app wants to push out there. And then you're saying, if the recommendations aren't being received well, then it's obviously a sign of poor service, but you've been getting the sign for a while and you're not doing anything about that. So where do we go from here? So he did all of this, again, like I said, right after Kim and Kylie said that, because again, if you remember what happened with Snapchat after Kylie said something. Also, do you see how that contradicts itself? Saying that you recommend things that you want to provide the best service, but then also turning around and saying that you're going to continue pushing this type of content, even though a majority of the people that are using the app are saying that they don't like that. Like, that contradicts itself. But again, we all know it's just fluff, and that we're just trying to keep up with TikTok so that we don't get replaced as a more, important app in people's like social media use, right? So, and also like they showed his likes on Instagram showed that, again, this sudden urge to defend himself and defend Instagram, even though people have been complaining about some of the stuff for years, was because of Kim and Kylie, because the tweets he was liking were shading the Kardashian Jenners. So he said that, and as you would think, because again, PR, it didn't go well. It made it worse. Everyone started dragging him. Everyone started dragging Instagram. And I'm telling you, every single day this week, I have seen some type of complaint about Instagram on different apps, on Twitter, on TikTok, talking about like, there's no point in me using it. I don't even open it anymore. Blah, 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 right? So Instagram has seen this, and yesterday started announcing that they are actually they're backtracking, and they are actually going to fall back from some of the stuff that they said that they were going to be releasing, in upcoming weeks. So Instagram will walk back some recent changes to the product following a week of mounting criticism, the company said today. A test version of the app that opened to full screen photos and videos will be phased out over the next 1 to 2 weeks, and Instagram will also reduce the number of recommended posts in the app as it works to improve its algorithm. So they were working on pushing something out that was supposed to be like a full screen type photo thing when you open Instagram. If you use TikTok, then you know when you open TikTok, it is a full, like your For You page, it's a full screen of the video, and then you can just swipe and stuff like that. So Instagram is going to try to take that too. So after what's happened this week, they've said that they are going to pause that feature. They're not going to do that right now. And they've also said that they are not going to, they're going to fall back on recommending random pages that you don't know on your Instagram timeline page, right? So it's something. Is it much? Do I think it's much? No, I don't. But it's something, right? It shows some type of listening. It shows some type of trying to put a Band-Aid on the dumpster fire that they've started. But is it too late for Instagram, and what do I think Instagram could do to change? Yeah, it's too late for Instagram. And it's funny because Instagram did not have to do much. You see how like Twitter's over there thriving again because they haven't really deviated away from like what they were supposed to be as an app. All they had to do was give people chronological order back and continue being the app that people post pictures on, and they would have been fine. You know, people would have continued using that, because you notice how years have gone by and people are like, who uses Facebook anymore? But Facebook is actually a very popular app, a very used app, because it's got its core users and all that stuff. People say the same thing about YouTube, even though like YouTube, I think like is probably watched more than TV, but I think people are looking at it like because certain people stop posting on YouTube, that they've kind of fallen off, and also because they do use TikTok more than they use YouTube, that has fallen off. But YouTube, like it's still a very, used app. For Instagram, yeah, people might have gone to use other apps for other things, but if you had just continued being the normal picture app that you are and not adding all these things that people did not ask for so you can compete with other apps, you would have just continued being I'm just gonna post my pretty vacation pictures on Instagram, get my likes, go about my business, see what other people are up to, see what other people are doing, and then go use other apps for what other reasons that I use the other apps. But now, at this point, like I said, I see complaints about it all the time. And at this point, they're letting you know they're not going to go back to the Instagram that everyone loved, right? They might pull some things back, but they're not going to go back to that Instagram again because they want to compete with all the other apps, and especially TikTok. So it's like, are they going to do anything enough with the way that they're willing to change a little bit to where they can be the same Instagram? No, that's not going to happen. What could they do if they want to do something to at least stop all the criticism that they're getting right now? Chronological order would help you. Again, it's something that people have been asking for literally years. Chronological order. I feel like giving people the main thing they've been asking you for years would probably be a start. But if you are so hell-bent on having some type of competition with your competitors, the actual timeline page should be a page where I don't want recommendations from people that I don't follow like that, right? You see how, since you like taking things from other apps, you see how TikTok has that following page, and then they have the For You page. On the following page, I swipe over there when I want to see what the people I actually follow have uploaded in the last few days. And then if I want something new, I've watched all of their content, I switch over to the For You page, and that's how I find new people. That's how I find new content that I didn't even know I'd be interested in, but now I can see it because it's on a completely different page. I am not having anything shoved down my throat that I don't want shoved down my throat, even though we could get into that, because that not interested page on TikTok don't be not interesting like it's supposed to. if Instagram wanted to do something like that, they could leave your timeline to people that you actually follow, because I'm letting you know, I'm showing you I have an interest here, so that's what I want to see. And then they could have their own type of explore page, which they had. I don't remember what they've changed it to now, but and they've added all this other stuff because, again, they're trying to be TikTok. They're trying to be, you know, a Walmart by selling you stuff on there. Like, they're trying to have you do everything from the Instagram app so you never leave the app, and it's not working for you. So you could have that explore page if you want to push content that you think people would be interested in, because obviously TikTok shows having that difference doesn't stop people from, you know, still seeing certain type of content. And you see how, like, something that simple is very easy. Like, it's really not asking you for much there, but they're not going to do that. So that's why it's like, is there going to be a comeback? No. It's the people that are in charge that are just driving it straight into the ground. So no, but if they wanted to do something to kind of like tame the commotion that they've got going on right now, those are a couple quick ideas that they could do. Now, of course, people are going to watch this who think nothing's wrong, because same thing like Facebook, there are people who think nothing's wrong with Facebook. I use Facebook all the time. I love Facebook. Obviously, everyone's going to have different experiences with different apps, but again, you see how like they have to put out these press releases and do these updates and stuff like that because of just how much backlash they're getting right now. It's enough backlash where there's obviously a problem that needs to be addressed before someone tries. There's nothing wrong with the app. Well, if you don't like it, don't use it. Shut up. And I feel like if they had just continued on as the picture app and just creating, you know, little tweaks and stuff like that to make it a better picture app, the same thing that happened to Facebook would have happened with Instagram, because again, a lot of people think, who even uses Facebook nowadays? But there's a core, you know, target audience for Facebook that is keeping the lights on at Facebook, right? They grew up on Facebook, kind of like the people who grew up on MySpace. If they still had the option of MySpace, which I think you actually do. Like, didn't MySpace come back or something like that? But like, they would still use it. You know, they grew up on Facebook. They're not leaving Facebook. They're still going to use it. I know a lot of people call it like the auntie app. You know, kind of like a WhatsApp, but the social media version for Facebook. I feel like the same thing would have happened for Instagram. Like, the people like core grew up on Instagram were never going to leave Instagram. They were going to continue. Look at the little picture of my little niece. You know, she was just born. Look, my baby's graduating from high school. You know, here are the pictures, stuff like that. They would have continued on with Instagram. Same thing. The people who were about to grow up on TikTok, years from now, when the next app is here and, you know, people are moving on to that, those people are going to stay true to TikTok. The same thing could have happened for Instagram, but you're giving them an app that this is not what they signed up for. So now, yeah, you're forcing them to go figure out what's new on social media or just leave it alone altogether. So it's like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking? All right, y'all, so that is it for this video. Let me know what you think about the current state of Instagram, where you think it's going to hear from now. Like I said, I just feel like the leadership is the main problem right now, and if you don't fix that, I don't see other things being fixed enough to where there'll be a comeback enough for Instagram where you won't see so much disdain for the app from its, like, you know, from its users. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.